peace in Iraq.
That's another thing. A lot of people wanted to turn this into strictly a war protest, and in fact, the students were promoting peace in all areas, foreign lands, in our streets, and in our own homes. It wasn't specific to the Iraqi war. So a lot of people are jumping on either the war or anti-war slogans, and it's not completely accurate.
What is the chain of command in the school district to the superintendent? Who is the superintendent voted in? Is he appointed? And
I believe the superintendent is appointed. I'm not quite sure about that. I'm learning more and more about this process every day. I know the school board is elected, and I must say I might have to feel sorry for them if this is not doesn't meet a reasonable conclusion.
Well, have you thought about going to your representative in the area, your congressional representative, and who is that?
So this happened all so quickly. I did not personally go. I'm sure one of our small band of parents has tried that. I myself had not tried that. I've been very active in many other ways in this, but not in that way, not in that specific way.
Adam, can we talk about your community itself? Are you what you would call a pro-war district, a Republican pro-war district? And do the students have community support, or is the community looking at them possibly as criminals, and this is just a punishment?
It's as far as the community, I would say it's pretty much split. As far as political leanings go, as far as the feedback I'm getting, just reading the blogs online and talking to other parents, it seems predominantly in our favor. A lot of the alumni have stepped forward. Former alumni of Morton West and even former teachers have stepped forward and are supporting us. And I think that's important, that they're going against the regime. They're appalled by this action. I don't know if you are aware, there's a lot of history behind this. The students were asked to leave the building, and what they saw were circling paddy wagons and police cars. And they knew that from experience. Last year, there was an immigration rally for some of the Hispanic students, and when they were asked to leave the building and peacefully demonstrate outside, they were quickly arrested. So our students learned from that experience and said, no, we're not going to leave. Not going to leave this cafeteria. Eventually, actually, they did leave the cafeteria. They went to an area that's like a vestibule that did not disturb the lunches or any of the class routine. In fact, the school administration sent a letter to all parents, not just the parents of the affected students, that it said on Thursday there was a minor incident that caused a slight disturbance. No classes were compromised, and all meals were served. So in writing to the parents, they told the world in writing, everything is fine, it was no big deal. But yet in private, they're slamming our kids against the wall. So that's very interesting.
You mentioned when are the final decisions going to come on this, and blanket appeal for all students on the suspensions and expulsions, and is that going to come on Tuesday?
We don't know, sir. They have not even given us our expulsion paperwork yet. Some students, I've learned that some students went in today with their parents, and by dropping a couple names of who they suspected might have arranged this, they are going back to school Monday with no expulsion. So it seems to be, if you drop a name, whether it's accurate or not, involved, you get back into school and the expulsion gets dropped. So that's what has occurred on some of these hearings. I do not know the date when they're going to make a fight. I don't think they're going to make a decision on all these students. I think they're going to take them individually based upon the information they receive in these interrogations of our students.
I think the word interrogations fits. And
it is.
I might mention that in other situations involved with the police, by splitting apart a group which stands together, that group can no left holding the bag yourself. So I
exactly.
think last man standing has got the will end up getting the brunt of the punishment. What is your strategy? What can you do next? And what action can you take, and will other parents take to get this resolved in a way that makes sense? It doesn't seem like a Guantanamo situation here.
Our basic concern is just getting our students back into school, with dropping the expulsion, getting them back into school. We've really resisted filing any type of lawsuit. We're not looking for anything frivolous here. We just want our kids back in school. However, it's become more and more apparent with the injustices that they're subjecting our children to individually, getting them in a room, trying to browbeat them into confessions. I saw on the desk of the assistant principal photos of our children taken from security cameras, and numbers were written by each student's head with names pointing to them. It was insane. It was like in the office of the KGB or something. It was really nuts.
Adam, this is smacking of, I don't want to use the word fascism, but it's pretty frightening stuff. What can you and the other parents do next? Is there a senator to the hearings? How can this get resolved?
We're just looking to get our kids back in school, and hopefully it'll end there. Unfortunately, it might not. I never really was too much involved in the civic functions of this, but I can assure you from here on out I will be. And if it needs to be taken to a higher level, it shall be. We just want our kids back in school. Hopefully they can continue in that school. Right now, with the way the administrative regime has reacted, I think that it's going to be hard for my son to continue there even if they let him back in. I feel that anything he does or says will be magnified, as well as the other 37 students who were subjected to this.
The ones that ratted the others out. Adam Szwarek.
Well, they have their own hell to deal with.
Adam Szwarek, good luck with your case, and good luck to your son, Adam, and thank you for joining us in the International Newsnet.
Thank you, sir.